Okay, this is these are seller process further problems, and this is about this product is produced for $155 a pound. And what I usually find helpful is to draw a picture for myself of where the costs are. So there's my cost, $155 a pound, and it can be sold without additional processing right here for $2.20 per pound, or it can be processed further into product L, an additional cost of $28 per pound, and then it can be sold for $2.50. Okay, so what I do is I just look at the incremental revenue less the incremental cost. Okay, and we're going to be able to make, say, another $30 on this. $2.50 minus $2.20 is $30, and it's going to cost $28. So you would go ahead and produce further. Okay. So that would be alternative 2. Alright, I think that's just simpler than the other way, but let's take a look at the other way anyway. Okay, this is a slightly bigger problem. This is Rise and Shine Coffee Company, produces Colombian coffee in batches of 6,000 pounds. The standard quantity of material is 6,000, which costs $5.50 per pound. Okay, so I put my $5.50 right here on the in the picture. Okay, what else do we know? Colombian coffee can be sold without further processing for $9.22 per pound, and it can be processed further to yield Colombian decaf that can be sold for, you know how this says, yours says $11.50 now, and the textbook it's incorrect. It should be $11.50 per pound. Okay, so we're going to have it sell for $11.50, and the processing into decaf requires additional processing of 10,230 for the batch, and you lose 5% of your product, which makes a slight complication. Okay, so they want a differential analysis, and so I did it in a couple of different ways. My incremental revenue isn't all that straightforward, because we've got 6,000 pounds at $9.22 a pound would give me $55,320. We can't use unit costs here, okay, because of that shrinkage. And then 6,000 pounds times 0.95, because we lost 5%, times $11.50 per pound gives me $65,550. Now they tell us that the cost of further processing is $10,230, so that's our extra cost, and we end up breaking even. So it doesn't matter which way we do it, okay, which way you present it. Another way to look at this problem is using this format, okay, where we got sell or process further. And in some ways I think this was easier, just because of the 5% shrinkage thing. That kind of changes everything, because it changes you can't use unit cost then, because your batch size is different, you know. So the revenue is $55,320. Okay, that's the 6,000 times 922. Our cost was $33,000, and that was $550 times 6,000. So our income then would have been $22,320. If we process it further, it's $65,550. And that's $11.50 times 95% of 6,000. Okay, $65,550. And our cost then would be the $10,230 plus that $550. Okay, so $10,230 plus $33,000. Okay, so then we end up with the same number, the same difference. Oops. Okay, if you've got questions about this, let me know. Alright, they're pretty straightforward, though. What you're really looking for, what you really want to know is the incremental revenue greater than the incremental cost? And if it is, then you process it further. Okay?